Hello and welcome to Health Matters on Channels Television. Thanks for joining us. I am Mary Alale Yusuf. In recent years, some diseases that were thought to be under control in some climes have resurfaced. Many believe it's due in part to missed areas and anti-vaccine campaigners. The World Health Organization calls immunization a method of making a person resistant to an infectious disease, typically by administering a vaccine. According to the organization, this method of protection averts 2 to 3 million deaths each year. Vaccines give protection against more than 25 debilitating or life-threatening diseases, measles, polio, and tetanus in the number. It is estimated that globally, almost 20 million children miss out on vaccines. My guest is an immunologist and head of Department Biological Sciences and Director at the Center of Research, Innovation and Collaboration, Mountaintop University in Ogun State, Mr. Adeshino Adeiga. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Let us address what kind of reservations people have against taking vaccines. Why would somebody say they don't want to take a vaccination?
Thank you very much for having me. And really, is sometimes due to experiences. Right now in Europe and America, they are having problems.
Measles.
Measles, attributing measles vaccination to autism.
Okay.
And because I said there is now coming a sporadic increase in the case of autism, they are now realizing that, well, if they do away with measles, then maybe they are hoping that situation will come down. But unfortunately, I don't think it is right, because there's no proof for that evidence. No proof for it.
But how about people who have taken the measles vaccine and are not autistic? Have people balanced, the statistics?
Maybe the mindset of people, you cannot really control it. Now, if for instance, somebody brings a news and, it's about to, vaccination is about to take place in that community, and someone just says, oh, no, better, there's an information that so and so and so, autism is being attributed to measles vaccination. I don't know, but vaccinator, please just leave my child alone.
Yes, that would be the normal
and that would be it. Now, bringing it to Nigeria, what is actually making people to be hesitant about the adverse effect of vaccination? Adverse effect is arising maybe when you vaccinate a child, develops fever, develop phlebitis, and maybe sore in the area of inflammation in the area of the injection, and or becoming febrile or sick, getting sick, and that's going to be for just a moment.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
Many of us have taken children for immunization.
Yes.
And we feel that having a fever is normal.
Exactly.
And being sore in the arm or the injection site is normal. What is phlebitis? Let me know whether that's normal too.
Yeah, it's the sore or inflammation at the site of injection.
Which usually happens with the BCG.
Exactly.
So, are these things not normal things that can be brought under control within 24 hours?
Yeah. You can explain, you can get that education because of your level of education. In the rural setting, it's not like that at all.
So why don't people at least prepare their minds?
Okay.
Tell them, your child is about to get a vaccination. When your child gets this vaccination, they'll be immunized from such and such a disease. Yes. He might become warm, he might be sore in the arm, but that's not going to last for more than 24 hours or so. So don't be scared. Don't you think it will prepare them a bit better?
Very well, and that's the work of community mobilization.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they don't go to that extent. And apart from that, when community mobilizers, when they come from other communities to come and work in a different community from theirs, they can hardly be appreciated. But when community mobilizers are from the same communities to be vaccinated, and they must have been grouped up and train them with the overview of the vaccination and what problem is going to solve. They believe them.
Are you saying that we lack community mobilizers, people in the community who work with the vaccinators?
No, we don't lack community mobilization, but we are recruiting them from the wrong community.
Oh, I see.
That's it. I mean, I've experienced that. When we went to a area to go and do assessment of immunization, people, they complain that, especially those of low community, that is, strangers in the town, because they are lower in number, people around or officials did not recognize them as part of the community, so they ignored them. They just went there to go and implement. But now say, okay, fine. If you don't recognize us, don't come to our community. That's hesitancy. And just because of simple political step of recruiting from
people within the community.
Exactly.
What really is the problem, that they are not recognizing them, or
Exactly.
they feel they're getting some kind of money?
Yes. They call it marginalization.
Okay.
That's what they tell you. And immediately, when I now call on the LGA, the local government and chairman, and also the state representative governing the area, they immediately corrected it.
And then people agreed to take the
Yes.
vaccine. Are we having this kind of problem in more areas than one in the country right now?
That's what I'm saying. You don't have Epe is a town now, but in the rural setting of it, that's where we're experiencing it. When I was working in Sokoto State, I was working in the Gada and Gudu local government area. The same thing is happening. They don't accept vaccinators to come and vaccinate their children. They said, what is wrong with our own people? As a result of that, they hesitated. And we reported back. We thought probably the local government would put it right, but they didn't.
Okay, so is this...
So it's a key issue.
Yes, but is this becoming a policy now, or is somebody pushing it that, look, for immunizations in communities, let us recruit the people from the community so that the immunization drive will be effective? For
local governments, council that are getting that message and they want to improve because the instancy is going down, they are implementing it. What they started doing is to recruit young ones that can move around, and because those people, they know the houses of this community mobilizers, they say, okay, if anything is wrong with my daughter, anything is wrong with my son, I will come to you. Say yes, I believe you, believe me, and they surrender their children.
Okay. Having said that, is there anything wrong with any of these vaccines?
No. Nothing is wrong with vaccines. The vaccines are very, very okay. Certified with international standard assessment.
But people have said that some people actually have allergies to some vaccines. Is it true?
You expect that because your body making is different from mine. Okay. So what you are allergic to may not be allergic to. I will not be allergic to it. For instance, if I eat egg now, I eat egg every time. Some people don't eat egg. Some people don't take milk. But if you are taking milk and that kind of vaccine can provoke that allergy through that food. You say you are allergic to it, so you need to find out to what extent you are involved. So really, there's nothing wrong with our vaccines. And if there's anybody raising having allergy, the precaution is you see your doctor and they monitor how you're going to get it. That's all.
Okay. Are there antidotes for these allergies? Can they be handled?
They can be handled. They can be handled because...
Or a person has something like urticaria and they can't do anything.
Because the immune cells of the body, the immune cells in the body, they are subject to control.
Okay.
Once they are subject to control, we have antihistamine there, where we are subject to control. You give antihistamine for a while until it will cool down. Okay,
so far you said the vaccines are good.
Yep.
They are viable. They do not cause autism.
No.
So
because
far,
there's no proof of it.
There's no proof
at all
that they do cause
at
autism.
All, yes.
All right. Now, apart from the absence of an obvious outbreak, are there ways of assessing really how effective vaccines are in a community? Are there tests or something like that that can be done?
Yeah, there is. Because let me put this as an education. When we are talking of immunity, it's taking two forces. One is affinity. It's like a magnet. You put a magnet and you put
and it draws the thing
and draws it. That is what the first cell will come to do, and we call that affinity. Now, when they now come together, you find that there should now be a binding force that will not allow any separation at all, and that will make the immunity to last.
Okay.
Are you getting my point? Now, these two forces constituting immunity depends on your protein level in your body.
But can this be measured?
Measured, yes, can be measured.
Okay, speaking of protein levels.
Yes.
It has been said that children who are undernourished cannot take vaccines.
Yes.
Or maybe preterm children.
Yes.
Now, in the case where a child cannot take a vaccine, how is he to be protected in the society?
I could remember the late Professor Ransom Kuti when he was teaching us, around Ifo local government. There's a section there. Ruth has a unit there. He was teaching us how to nourish undernourished children before immunization.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. Our common food, he said, just get this dry fish or smoked fish, grind it into powder, pour it inside your ugi, especially the corn, what's it called now? They call it ugi baba or so whatever.
Dawa.
Dawa, exactly. Pour it inside and mix it and give it to that child when you are weaning the child from the milk.
Okay.
And believe you me, it gave us a time frame of observation of 3-6 months. The children were fantastic.
Okay, so what you're saying here is that the solution is bring that child up to the standard.
Exactly.
Weight. All right.
And what they are just doing now is just including vitamin A. Vitamin A the role of vitamin A is just to activate the immune cells of the body to be receptive to vaccination. That's
okay.
all.
But there's a vaccine that is supposed to be given at birth. That's the BCG.
Yeah.
Now you have an underweight child or a preterm child.
Preterm, yeah.
You can't give that child BCG, can you?
You can. Well, you can't. BCG is not compulsory to be given at birth. Okay. You can still give time to him and wait till the time that child can be able to benefit from the vaccine.
Okay.
Yes.
But is the child safe until that time?
Of course, yes. It's BCG prevention against tuberculosis.
Yes.
Exposure of such children, if once you contain them, then they can still be saved.
Okay. So we are looking at it's like it's a foolproof thing here.
Exactly.
So that's why I find myself wondering why we were having, these sporadic occurrences of yellow fever. Since it is vaccine preventable, yellow fever is on the EPI. It's on the program of vaccines for infants.
Yeah.
Yes, but people are having yellow fever now.
Yes.
What is the reason for this?
One, availability. 2, education about yellow fever disease itself.
Okay.
3, fear of the pain when you get yellow fever vaccine.
Pain. Injections give pain anyway.
Yes, but news, through new transfer from one place to another, and whether it's a good news or bad news, people's perception can be very critical sometimes.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we continue this discussion. Yeah. Thanks for staying with us. Stay with us until the other side. Hello, we are back here. And welcome back. You can call 0805 468 3514. 0805 468 3514 for your questions on immunization and vaccinations. You can also tweet at CTV_Mary A. We were talking about pain of injections.
Yes.
All injections hurt anyway.
Exactly.
But do some of these vaccinations make people really ill? Is that a problem?
To me, it's not. To me, it's not. It's not really a problem. One, and two, the perception of the mother, especially if the child is just recovering, and you are now presenting that child for vaccination, the fear of the fact that the condition will deteriorate, and that will bring about the apprehension.
What's the position on bringing children who are just recovering or maybe who are sick? Do you give vaccines to those children?
If they are doing mass immunization, yes. But the mother can deny or can step it down that my child is very, and it's compulsory for the officer to come, or the vaccinator to come back.
Okay.
Or make that child to report at the health facility to come and get this.
So what you're saying is that a mother has the right to say, my child is not feeling so good.
Yes.
Can you come back another day to give this vaccine?
Exactly.
And the person is bound to come back and give that vaccine.
Exactly.
Wow.
In a disciplined society.
Okay. Okay. Now, I've also, read that some people don't respond to some of these vaccinations, meaning they get the vaccination, it doesn't do anything in their bodies, which means they are susceptible to the disease. How are these ones protected?
Now, we are talking about the immunocompromised. What do I mean by immunocompromised? The immune cells in the body, they are the ones to respond to this vaccination.
Okay.
And if they are conditioned not to be active by giving immunosuppressive drugs like prednisolone or dexamethasone, in fact, they will not be active. One. Or two, they have a disease like immunosuppressive disease,
HIV.
Yes. Or three, they are protein calorie malnourished. They will not. They will not respond. And if somebody just eating a type of kind of food and just on that because of low income, and it's you still going on a stressful job or stressful journey, he will not respond. Why? The material for response is on protein itself, protein content of the food you are eating.
Let's take this call from Abubakar. Hello, Abubakar. Are you there, Abubakar?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your question?
Yeah, my question is, actually I'm watching the program, which is a very good one, and issue of vaccination. A child, if a child has been taken to hospital for vaccination, and it is...
We seem to have lost Abubakar, but do try again. Okay, so they will not respond to the vaccine.
They will not respond to vaccination.
At that point in time, when perhaps there's a problem, there's an outbreak or something like that, or there's a suspected outbreak, how is that person to be protected?
Well, the person will be protected maybe by luck, one, two, if majority of the people in the community, in the population, have been vaccinated.
Okay.
The effective agent, the infective agent, the microorganism, will not be effective.
Okay.
Why? Those that have been vaccinated, if the infection is coming from those people, it must have been killed. The organism must have been paralyzed.
Okay, so it will not have any effect.
The power of infection will have been paralyzed. So bringing it to a body that is not immunized, or it's not even working in both, it won't work. The organism will not survive to multiply.
Don't you think this is one of the arguments that you should give the anti-vaxxers? Those people who say, don't vaccinate, it's not good, it's bad for our children. Because you are saying that if everybody around is immunized and is covered, maybe 1 or 2 weak people there who are not responding to the vaccine are protected by those other people.
Yes.
it means that protection and immunization is not an individual thing.
No, for safety of a moment. For safety of a moment during outbreak, we're talking of during outbreak. But when the individual is not outside, is outside that community, what happens? So it's still an individual.
It's still an individual thing, but at the same time, it's a community thing.
Yeah.
Because you say if there's let's say a case of yellow fever or a case of measles, you look at that one case as an outbreak.
Yes. Especially yellow fever. You look at it as an outbreak because it can go beyond, provided the herd immunity is low. The community immunity is low.
So the community immunity is a very
key.
Crucial factor.
It's a key thing. Community immunity, that's why they call it herd immunity.
Herd immunity.
Community immunity is very, very key. When majority are immunized, you find that the organism will lose the power of infectivity.
Okay. I now understand that must be what's happening must have been what was happening with the polio vaccine. We've done 3 years now. No wild polio case. Why are we waiting for certification till now?
we need to.
I was so excited that they said, no, wait some more time. Why?
We need to. You know why? It's because of resurgence.
Okay.
And I told you that.
Is it peculiar to us, though? Or is this what they do to everybody?
No. It's not peculiar to us, but it's because we have larger community of Nigerians in the rural, and they are of low income. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
And if you see the level of income, the low income, the effect of the low income, it is not all go well for the vaccination, and that's why I found out that, for instance, polio, yes, it's a live vaccine. I'm sure you remember that, because it's a live vaccine, and I made mention of a protein level of nutrition. Is very, very key to it. If a child is given that polio vaccine and it's of low protein calorie malnutrition,
it won't take up those affinities.
Not only that, the virus there will escalate.
Oh, in the presence of the vaccine.
Yes, that's why they have a vaccine-induced polio.
Okay, that could be one of the arguments. It could be one of the arguments, because, we're trying to look here at why are people refusing?
No.
Some may say that, I gave it to my child and he got worse instead of better.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. They're not really getting worse. It's because of the fact that's why I said the role of community mobilizers in the community where they are.
Let's quickly take this call from Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Hello, Mar. Good morning. I'm calling from Abuja. Please, I have a question for the doctor.
Right.
I want to ask if overdose of vaccination is harmful to a child, because it actually happened to my son. I went to take vaccine for him, and it happened that there was a mistake of a repeated vaccination. Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
So I want to ask if overdose of vaccination is harmful to a child. A particular vaccination in question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are any of the vaccines like this?
For a live vaccine, it may be critical. Just like yellow fever we are talking about. For measles, maybe, but it can be managed.
There used to be a card that they give you to show what vaccines you have got or what vaccines your child has got.
Yes.
That means that those should be guarded jealously to make sure there is no mistake.
Exactly.
Wow. Thank you so much, Doctor.
And if it is within a very short time, it's critical. But if it's a span of about, say, 4 or 5 months, no.
Then there will be no problem.
No.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. I've had a great time with you. And believe it or not, our time is up. Thank you for staying there with us. Thank you, Abubakar, for trying. Try again next week. And thank you, Hannah. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.